Hey everybody, D here, back with another episode of Subterrain, and now we're going to head into Central Control and get this area going. This is a big area with a lot of information to take in. I remember this area clearly because the first time I played through it, it took me forever to clear it because I was so paranoid of all these things happening, and it turns out that this is the safe area of the game. Nothing bad's going to happen. I can't interact with that. Oh. Temperature canister. Wes can recharge his currently equipped thermal canister by using the thermal rechargers found throughout the Mars colony. Thermal canisters are upgradable through research. Yeah, so these are just recharging stations. That's thermal, oxygen. Oh, yeah, same thing as thermal, but for oxygen. Just swap thermal for oxygen. And then energy. We already know those. But yeah, it took me forever because I was so paranoid about monsters being everywhere. And in this area, there's absolutely no monsters. You're completely safe. What's this thing? I can't remember. Material storage can hold. Holy crap! It has 240 slots and it can hold 99,999 kilograms, almost 100,000 kilograms. Excuse me. This is where you want to put like all these things. Wait, maybe not. Won't let me store it. Am I misremembering? Production output. Oh, this is for things that are made. Yeah, okay, I think I remember now. This is for stuff that's made, I believe. Why couldn't I... Yeah, it's not letting me put anything there at all. So I can't remember how that works exactly. Another power pack and a beacon. Beacon is a marker. You know, lets you add like little markers to the map. Throw and interact with to assign a color and notes. The location of the beacon will appear on your map. Yeah, in case you find something interesting. Nothing in that one. Yeah, nothing in any of these. Beacon. Beacons can be thrown from the inventory or hotbar. Once on the ground, they can be interacted with to customize their color. Oh, you can change the color. I forgot. Beacons are shown on the Mars map. Picking up a beacon clears any color setting saved on it. Yeah, so once you pick it up, it resets, and you got to readjust it to, or you got to reset it down and everything. All right, so there's nothing in this. Nope, that's the floor. Ooh, a photon grenade, an electric stun grenade. Damages nearby organic life forms within its range. It slides along the ground when thrown. It has a 1-second fuse. A grenade that stuns nearby organic life forms within its range. It slides along the ground when thrown. 1-second fuse. Let's leave those for right there because I can't carry anything. I need to drop some stuff off. So... yeah, let's go ahead and store this extra equipment I have. For now, hold on to that pistol. I need to recharge those. I forgot about those. I'll do that later. I might do that off camera. Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff here. And one thing that's going to help is going through, you need to get everything organized. Okay, but that I'll take care of all that off camera. Oh, okay. So here's a bunch of tutorials, and this is where there's a lot to take in. Repairing. Wes can perform limited repairs on some item, on weapons, suits, and generator modules using the Nano Reconstruction Facility. This is limited to 50% of the original durability of the item unless the software is upgraded. Initially, the Nano Reconstruction Facility can repair 2 items at the same time. So this is that thing they were just talking about. So I can repair something to 50%. It can repair something up to 50% of its original durability, and it can do 2 things at once. So this SMG I have, its durability is, I believe, 1800 is total, and its current is, what is that? I can't make it out. 1718 or 1118. I'm not sure. So once its durability reaches like 0 or gets down really low, I can repair it up to 900. But I can't repair it past that currently. It needs upgrades. Alright, so what's this doohickey? This facility's unpowered. It's unpowered. Yeah, everything's unpowered, so I can't do anything with them yet. Okay, so it's not until I get the power up and running for them before I can interact with these. This is the main thing, the main area of the game. You're going to be doing a lot of stuff. You can see the symbols. When you walk up to them, they each have a different symbol. Like it's a diamond. It's like a gear. That's like another gear, but it had a different symbol around it. Like the one on the left had like arrows, and this one had like spokes around it. I don't know. That looks like a D-pad with a gear around it. That's a leaf. That's a D-pad with arrows around it. I don't know which one, what they correlate to. I can't remember off the top of my head. Well, two of them I know. One's like food, and the other one's like minerals. But the other two I can't remember. That's a dead end. Wait a minute. Can I interact with those? No. Oxygen generator. Wes can replace the filter in an oxygen generator to restore the oxygen to a normal level in the area. Restoring the oxygen level has an impact on the infection rate and evolution speed, as well as allow Wes to breathe without the aid of an oxygen canister. Filters are upgraded via research. Oxygen filter. Yeah, so this was like where in the prison when I found. If I take that out, it'll stop producing oxygen and I'll start suffocating. What's in here? An oxygen canister, small. Need that. The broken one I don't need so much, but I think I'll take it anyways just in case. But I definitely need that small one. I'm going to need that for when I start exploring. Ooh, yeah, that door right there. You can check that out. It's supposed to be the thermal one. Yeah, thermal canister small. It's at 0 with that broken one. Take both of those. The temperature regulator. Wes can replace the regulator in the temperature regulator to restore temperature to a normal level in the area. Restoring the temperature level has an impact on the infection rate and evolution speed, as well as allow Wes to stay warm without the aid of thermal canister. Thermal regulators are upgraded via research. And that's the other thing. You don't need to put thermal and oxygen regulators into the areas you explore, because as you go through, you're going to find that every single one is destroyed. You have to replace all of them. And, oh, just got a warning. My battery's about to die on my controller, so let's go ahead and hook that up real quick. Sorry. Alright, there we go. Plugged and charging. But you actually don't need to. Like, people, if you're doing speed runs and stuff like that, I've actually heard people don't even mess with that. They just use the thermal and oxygen canisters, and they just, like, sprint past everything and get to where they need. So you can do that if you want. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take my time and explore, obviously. Let's see. And this is like the main hallway. That takes you back out to the tram. Oh, getting tired. Do that in a second. More dead ends. Now, I remember this. This leads me to... Yeah, that's the generator room. Yeah, Herbert Research, MPO Mine. Yeah, that takes me to the different facilities where I get, you know, research minerals. What was this one? Engineering, and the biosphere. The biosphere is where you, like, you grow plants and stuff like that. Control room. So I can go through 2 different doors down here. Oh no, just one, because that they connect with each other. There's a bed. Let's check this room out. Dead ends. Oh, that's the floor. A watch. Let's go ahead and take it. Nothing in that one. Nothing in there. Oh, more weapons. Ooh, a shotgun. I think I'm going to leave the rest of that stuff in there. I need to be careful about using the... I keep trying to use the touchpad, or D-pad, to scroll through these menus. You gotta be careful because that changes your inventories and makes you use things. You gotta be careful with that. I'll take the shotgun. Oh, I can't. I weigh too much. I need to drop some stuff off. Wow. A whole other set of weapons. Did I... Yeah? Two complete sets of weapons right here, side by side. That's crazy. Ooh, I had key card. A light stick. Oh, it's just a glow stick, like the one you snap and it glows. I don't know if those run out. That's what I'm using now, pretty much. And I have no idea if they run out or not. I'm just gonna leave that one there. Let's go ahead and get some rest real quick. Oh, wrong button. Yeah, I'm not tired anymore. I just woke up. Yeah, you're still exhausted. There we go. So how fast does that drain? Pretty quick. That's shooting up pretty quick too. Yeah, we're still on day 1, but it's coming, reaching close to the end. Alright, so now I'm fully rested. My food and water went up a little bit. Nothing dangerous, nothing to worry about. Still got plenty of resources. Let's check out this hallway. Some vending machines, another door. Man, it's a long hallway. I can't remember what was the... I was trying to remember how to zoom out with the camera, and I can't. Alright, let's start at the bottom. And we'll work our way up. Nothing in that vending machine, nothing in that one. Can you search the floor? Nothing. Bathroom. What's in this trash can? Nothing. Wait, I need to run down and drop some stuff off real quick. I have to do that. Oop, that's a dead end. Let's open that up. Oh, it's in here. Okay. Yeah, I need to store some stuff. Here we go. What's that put my weight to? 12. Let's go ahead and store some of the food real quick. Because I know this is a safe enclosed area, so if it gets to a point where I need to eat something or need to drink something, I'll just run back down real quick. I'll be alright. What else do I have? Oh, there's broken oxygen filters and stuff. Yeah, let's go ahead and drop those off. They weigh a lot, and I don't need them right now. There we go, so I don't have a whole lot on me. Okay, good. So now let's get back to exploring. Oh yeah, cleared that out. What's this? Pajamas and a tie. Keycard, power control room. Nice! Can't interact with any of those things. There's at least there aren't any storage items. Another tie. Nobody's home. Looks like there's nobody here, living or otherwise. Everyone seems to have evacuated, and whatever did this isn't around either. I guess this place is safe for now. I may as well set up my base camp here. This would be a good place to stage my escape. Fortunately for me, most of the important facilities for MP are within walking distance of central control. I don't even need to power up those sections to reach them. I could probably reboot a 3D printer and other facilities at Nilsson Engineering, or maybe even print out some supplies I need. Herbert Research, where I used to work, has research equipment I could use to feed instructions to the systems in Nilsson. I'll probably have to use the excavator at the mine to gather materials for the 3D printer. I should also check out the biosphere. I could probably use the agricultural systems there to supply the biocombiner at Nilsson Engineering, maybe even sustain myself. I should check out each location and see if I can figure out what's going on. At the very least, if I can get these facilities restarted, I can prepare myself for the worst. There are a few staircases leading to these areas somewhere around here. I'm sure I'll recognize them again once I see them. Yeah, we've already seen those. But as you can see, all that you don't need to activate all the areas. I believe you can actually beat the game without activating like one or two of them. But if you want to go through and really explore and play the game, yeah, you obviously need to. Oh, no, I believe you do need to activate all of them. Yeah, like, if you're doing a speed run, not a solo round. If you're doing a speed run of the game, there's a lot in here you can just skip, which is to be expected when you're doing a speed run, but I mean, it's amazing how much of this game you can just completely skip. Ooh, a standard suit. Oh, a standard colonist suit. Oh, resistance physical 5%, life support is 20%, mobility is 120%, durability 63 out of 75. Use item, equip that bitch. That's much better. Oh, and it gave me an extra inventory, a quick item spot. Nice. I had 2, now I have 3. Yeah, the prisoner suit can stay there for now. Did I check this desk? Dang it. Sometimes it's... Smart glasses. Yeah, sometimes the controls are really freaking touchy. Like, I don't know what happens, but, like, you can move it around, the right joystick to look around. Did I check that? No, I did not. Vita D. Sealed healthy drink. Well, it's sort of healthy. 50% thirst. Nice. And you have to move it like a whole eighth of a turn before it'll actually turn itself. Yeah, I already cleared this room out. Alright, so let's move on up. And I don't know why it sticks. I don't know if that's a mechanic that they did willingly or what. Looks like the kitchen. Cutting board. Oh no, do not drink. Trash. A pot, dishcloth, and a fork. Garbage disposal, a ladle, ooh, a snack. Refrigerator. Oop, no. Did not mean to do that. Water storage. Another garbage disposal. Alright, so that's clear. Woo, this is like the junk room. I remember this. There's a lot of stuff in here. Let's see if there's anything. A billiard glove, a hammer, crowbars, another suit. It's the same exact thing as what I have, or I just found. Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick search through this area, but I'm not gonna really mess with anything, because all it's gonna do... Ooh, wrench. That's another weapon. Another broken oxygen filter, but I have one. That's the floor. Billiard ball and a large towel. I'm mainly just looking to see if there's anything important. Rum. An exotic drink. Something pirates are always droning on about. Huh. Doesn't look like I can actually drink it, though. Wait, what was that thing at the bottom? A laser tape measure. Is that an actual... No. Mars Mari? A recreational drug that heightens the user's senses. Duration short. Effects... Detect enemies. Oh, lets you detect them. Okay. And a basic medical kit. Basic medikit. Nice. Vodka. Is that an actual drink? No. Oh, working PTC. But nothing of use. Okay. So this is mostly... Wait, did I check that desk down at the bottom? A game controller? Looks like a PS4 controller. Excuse me. Yep, a multi-access wireless controller with touchpads and a speaker. Yep, that's a PS4 controller. Is this game not on Xbox? I know it started off on PC, but I just assumed it was on both consoles. Keycard for generator room, which I don't have. So I think that clears out this side. Yeah, when you go back out to the main hallway... Oh, no, this is the main hallway. Yeah, when you go back to the control room. Here we go. Power control console. This has got to be the power control console. As usual, there's no one here either. I should be able to control the flow of power for the colony from here, as well as monitor the generator's current status. The generator is not operating at full capacity, so I should be careful when connecting additional sections to the power grid. I could overload the reactor if I draw too much power. If I do, it'll overheat and probably initiate an emergency shutdown sequence. That would be bad. I could end. That would be bad. I could end up stranded if I'm not careful. And what's worse, working oxygen filters and temperature regulators can't function without power. A blackout means certain death as far as I'm concerned. I can't just sit here though. I have to power up other locations to gather supplies and gather information if I want to get out of here. There's a lot of consoles around here. If I search them, I might be able to find some information. That's weird. I'm pressing up and it scrolls down. I'm pressing down and it scrolls up. This looks like the power control console. Power control console. The power control console can be... God, I feel like I'm just a parrot, just repeating one phrase over and over. Because he'll say something and I'll read it, and then the tutorial will pop up and I'll read it, and then within that tutorial, within the first sentence or first couple words, it'll repeat those words again. It's like, holy crap, or that phrase again. The power control console can be used to connect and disconnect the power from central control to other locations on Mars. The generator has limited output capacity that can be expanded with upgrades. The generators will overheat if West uses more power than it can produce. When it begins to overheat, a countdown will appear. Once the countdown finishes, the generator will shut down, causing a colony-wide blackout. Trams won't run without power, so don't get stuck. Yeah, so pretty much, I mean, when he said it means certain death, it literally does. If I'm out at a facility and I can't get back in time, I'm stuck out there. As far as I know, the only way to get through most of the areas of the game is through the trans system. So if it's a colony-wide blackout and everything shuts down, yeah, I'm screwed. I'm stuck there, and it's pretty much you're just going to watch yourself slowly die. That's about all there is to it. I mean, I haven't heard anything about, like, maybe there being a cooldown period and things restarting after a while. I don't know. But I don't think so. I think if you draw too much power and you end up in a blackout, that pretty soon, no matter how long you can survive with the resources you have, I think there's a meltdown. I can't remember how the meltdown and the power in the blackout works. Keycard for the generator room. Nothing in there. Martin. Use item. Give me a little pip. I'll check that out in a second. Let's finish exploring this room. Keycard for Herbert Research and Nilsson Engineering. Nice. Take those. Nothing in there. That was the floor. Another keycard for Herbert Research and smart glasses. Do I need more than one? I don't think I do, but I'm going to grab both just in case. Power console update. Alright, so now I got two little pips up there. Alright, so let's look at this power control doohickey. Alright, so it shows more than just the power. As you can see in the top right corner of, I guess, the map, it shows the global infection. 12%. So that's yeah, how infected everything is all around, over the whole entire population. Which is weird. And then if you look on the right side, it has the actual power stats. Oh, and also shows what has power. As you can see, the only thing powered right now is Central and the MPO prison. So and actually want to shut the power off to the MPO prison, because as far as I know, I'm not going to go back there. So letting the power run to it is just a waste. Oh, okay. Okay, and then, alright. Yeah, so right now I have central control selected. Power usage is 1300. Environment, temperature, oxygen, infection level 0, infection rate none, local infection, oxygen, temperature, and regional spread. Yeah. And then it shows it's connected to the MPO generator. So if I press square, I would actually disconnect central control. The MPO generator's capacity is 12,753 power. My current power usage is 5,100. Overheat risk probability 0%. Okay, so as my power usage increases, it'll actually show me the probability of having an overheat risk. Oh, my capacity is decreasing. What did I say it was at? Did I say it was at 12,752? Oh yeah, 12,750. Okay, so it's decreasing. Oh wow, okay. Alright, and the probability of a meltdown is at 0%. So even though I have plenty of power right now and I have a probability of 0%, if I were just to screw around and idle, eventually I would have an overheat risk because the power capacity just constantly decreases. Oh man, okay. Yeah, see, so right now the MPO prison's using 1600 power. Environment, the infection level is at 1%. Infection rate, fast, at 76. I don't have a basis to compare that to. Regional spread. So I guess let's try disconnecting it. Square. Yeah, you see the environment, instead of the temperature's dropping, the oxygen's dropping, and the infection rate sped up. It's at fast, or it was at fast. It went from 70 something to 83. Now it's at 84, 85, 86. So as it's disconnected, the infection will spread. Which again, I'm curious about because there's nobody there. So whatever the infection is, it must feed off of just our human bodies and use that to create whatever it is. Man, it is shooting up. Holy crap. Alright, but yeah, my power usage dropped. It was at 5,000, now I'm down to 35. So that means that my current capacity will last even longer than what it was at. Alright, but when I go back there, if I ever have to go back there, I need to turn it on, but that's also going to mean there's going to be a lot of monsters there. Well, apparently it's nothing compared to the rest of these places. I just clicked on, what is that, the Pisces district? Infection rate levels at 16%. Infection rate fastest at 114. It's at 12. 14, 16, 12. What's at Murray Space Center? 12. Okay. So Pisces seems to actually be one of the worst ones as of now. But who knows how it's going to change. Alright, so the Herbert Research, the MPO Mine, the MPO Biosphere, and Nilsson Engineering don't have power. Infection rate of 13. They're at fast at 100, 14 and 100, 14 and 100, 12 and 100. So all of these have some kind of infection monsters walking around in there. And over time, they only get worse, unless I put power into them. Let's look at those two little pips real quick. Okay, time stops when you run your journal. That's good. That's helpful. Alright, I need to get a drink real quick before I read all this. Okay. Power console update. Alright, Dr. Cam. I managed to figure this out. Using the data you got from Dr. Ruskowitz, came up with a user interface modification so we can calculate the rate of infection from a glance. It's really simplified, but it'll get the job done. First off, we managed to tap into each district's bioscanners. Thankfully, these are subsystems that are directly powered by the generator, so we won't have to worry about keeping observed locations powered. Okay, so yeah, they're directly connected to the generator and not linked in on a separate power system. Okay, which is an odd decision, but it makes sense. And I guess its power use is so negligible, there's no need to worry about shutting them down. Each district's infection level is calculated by density. The more there are, the higher the percentage. That's what that's what I was figuring. The 16%, 12%, and everything. The higher the number, the more monsters there are. Once I figure out a better way to calculate population, I'll patch it in. But for now, I just set a high threshold. If a district is above 80%, I'd steer clear of it. I don't even want to think what 100% would look like. So 1%, which is what the MPO prison was at before I turned the power off, only had 2 monsters in it. So I'm guessing something at 80% would have around 160 monsters based off of that input, or off of current experience, but that could very well be wrong. At 80%, it could have like 500 monsters roaming around in there for all I know. And at the same time, the higher the thing, the higher the percentage, it could be stronger monsters too. So who knows what it means really. But be aware of anything at 80%. So if I have to go to an area that's at 80%, which is going to happen, because I'm not going to be able to clear all these areas out before they get too high. When I go in there, I'm going to need to bring my heavy guns, the best equipment I have. Alright. The next thing I've added to the UI is infection rate. Dr. Riskowitz, of all people, was right all along. Low oxygen levels and cold temperatures speed up the rate that this infection spreads, which we already saw when I turned the prison off. The infection rate readout will monitor temperature and oxygen levels and factor that into an estimated rate of growth. Once you get those prototype filters and regulators, the system is prepared to measure the suppression effect and factor into those calculations. I don't get any of this, Dr. Khan. I mean, I punched in the data you gave me, but can you explain what's going on in a way I can friggin' understand? What's the correlation here? You know what? Screw it. I heard the evacuation announcement. It's just a matter of time before I'm allowed to get the hell out of here and forget about all of this. So I'd rather not know just how creepy this situation is. It'd be better to be oblivious if this situation is as bad as security claims it is. Wow, so he was working on this just before evacuating. So there's more than likely a good chance where if he was allowed to leave a few minutes earlier, this program never would have finished and I'd be screwed. Martin. Excuse me. Martin. There was only 2 Martins. Martin. Keep this recording on you so you can remember what you need to do. You can do this. Martin, you already failed. Because if you had this, I would not have gotten it out of the computer. I know you couldn't find much at the Space Center, but don't lose hope. We don't have spacesuits, so I need you to avoid all the areas where life support is down. The central cluster still seems to be okay, so I want you to take the train there. Why is he going out? Head over to the mine and try to gather up some supplies. You wouldn't believe the stuff they have in storage over there, and you might be able to find some food in the break room if it hasn't been raided already. Grab whatever you can find and head back here so we can get out before those, whatever those were, get you. Please, for the love of God, don't get distracted. Do not run off to the plaza for choco pies or anything else. I'm counting on you, damn it. Get what you can from the mine, then head back here. Got it? No choco pies. That's an order. And don't forget that key card. It's the only way to open the Space Center security door and the only way back in. We need to try to keep more of those things out, and this is the only way. Don't lose it. This is Captain Roger signing off. Alright, so this Martin guy has an important key card that I need. So I need to find him, if he's still alive, or find his body. So he could be in two different locations. He could be at the plaza, going for those choco pies that he wasn't supposed to go for, or he could be at the mine, gathering resources. He could be in either one. Okay. So I guess we'll just have to, just wait and see. I don't know if we can. I don't know if I can come to one before the other or not. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that you do the mine first. The plaza is like one of the outer areas, and you have to do the central areas first. And the mine's the central area. So I'll go to the mine first, I believe. Trying to get all the all the areas back up and running. I think I'll be doing that before I go to anything else. Alright, yep, use the key to open this up. So this takes me down to the engineering, I think it said. Thermal canister, oxygen canister, and the LED. Light emitting diode. It's pretty small. Is that something I can use, or... No, I think it went under my miscellaneous items. Anything that goes to miscellaneous, I'm pretty sure is pointless. Yeah, right there, LED. Okay. But those are not. The oxygen canister, nice. And thermal. Gonna need those. So this is the biosphere, which I don't have a key for yet. Herbert research. I do have a key for that one. Another thermal canister and an oxygen canister. Take all those. I'm about maxed out on my weight. The mine. Can't open that yet. Okay. Yeah, this goes to the generator room. Had keycard class A, which I don't have one of. The generator. I found my way into the reactor for the colony. This power plant is one of humanity's most remarkable achievements. It's an inertia drive. An inertia drive? Inertia drives run almost endlessly via a core inertia engine. While it doesn't generate quite as much energy as fusion-based technology, what it produces is clean, reliable, and endless. Without it, MPO would have never been founded in the first place. The guy that designed this thing must have been inspired. I still hardly understand how it works. What I can understand, though, is that it's been damaged somehow. I can't tell by looking at it directly, but the generator status readout indicates that it's losing capacity at a constant rate. I don't think I'll be able to fix this. That was what we saw earlier when we were looking at the one screen. The power was constantly dropping. It looks like the generator's reactor modules are burning out due to the damage. The generator must have at least one operational module installed to prevent a meltdown. I might be able to find some spare modules around here somewhere, but I should plan on taking a core down to Herbert Research. Once there, I can see if the research machines can create a schematic that I can use to produce more in Nilsson Engineering. If power draw exceeds the generator's capacity, the generator is sure to fail. I should be okay for a while, but I need to figure out how to offset this. If I don't, it won't be long before there's only enough power for central control. Okay, so once all the modules break, or wear down, whatever, it'll cause a meltdown. And that will just be an instant game over. But that's also going to lead to a blackout. So I don't know. I feel the blackout thing is kind of redundant. Like, it makes sense of why it would happen, but to me it feels, I don't know, just a little redundant. Because the more important thing is the meltdown. If the place blacks out, it's eventually going to lead to a meltdown. But if the place blacks out and I'm not stuck and I'm not at central control, it might as well just be an instant meltdown, because I'm gonna slowly die and suffocate out there once my thermal and oxygen canisters run out. So the blackout, if I'm not at central control, is an automatic game over pretty much. But if I'm at central control, it's like a big warning. Like, I have time to fix things and get things back up and running. Alright, okay. Yeah, so the whole blackout thing just kind of seems, like I said, it has a point. There's a reason for it, and I understand it, but it just feels a little redundant. Not a soul around. A reactor module, Mark 1, 6.633. I'm not going to take it out. That's just going to drop the capacity. Is that a screen? Security turret. Oh, the generator. So that's the actual generator. The generator's capacity is determined by the generator's reactor module. The generator modules degrade slowly over the time, and mutants will try to destroy the generator modules during invasions. Holy crap, I can get invaded. I completely forgot about that. I haven't had one happen in the last time I played this, but I forgot all about that. If all the modules are destroyed, a meltdown is triggered, destroying the generator in the process. The generator's reactor modules are upgradable through research and can be repaired to some degree. Yeah, so we can repair them, but it's only about half as effective. So worst case, if things start going to hell, I can at least repair them to half capacity. Damn, excuse me. I can repair them to half capacity and put them back in and keep limping along. But of course, if I'm at the point where I can't make new ones and get the whole thing back up and running, I think I'm going to be pretty screwed. Oh yeah, West must defend the generator at all costs. Alright, so I'm hoping there's going to be some kind of cue, like an alert, that, hey, what's that? Radiation. While I was exploring the generator, I found hallways branching off in all directions. It seems containers of radioactive materials have been spilled. I shouldn't get any closer, or finding my way out of here will be the least of my problems. It's somewhat unsettling that all three hallways have had the same accident. Whatever the case, these hallways leave the generator vulnerable. There's no doors to close off should something come down this way. Alright, whoa, those are waste barrels? I should stay away from those. Alright, so that's where they're going to be coming from, the monsters, when they invade. It said there's multiple hallways, so I'm guessing there's more up here. Yep. Alright, I'm not going to try and get any closer. Yeah, that's the last one. I can interact with that. Ooh, heck yeah. Alright, so I guess I can get a little close to them. I didn't take any damage or anything. And I got a brand new reactor module. Unused. Alright, so this thing had a keyboard too. Or is it just another turret thing? Another security turret. More modules right here all around it. Is this another security turret? So it doesn't look like it has anything I can really interact with. Is there... Oh, here we go. Yeah, the reactor status. Okay. So I can check it from... I can check the reactor's status and the modules at any time from any location. Everything seems to be pretty good so far. That one I looked at was at 633, and that seems to be one of the lowest ones. There's a 623, so it's not... Man, I'm sorry, I have something in the back of my throat. So it's not the lowest, but it's pretty much it's one of the lowest. But that's still 3/4 of the way full. So that should last a little while. I'm guessing they all drain at about at the same capacity or at the same rate. So I need to keep my eye on that one. So yeah, I need to keep my eye on those ones. The ones that are about 620, 630. Because the other ones will last just a little bit longer, but those ones are going to give out first. So those are the ones I need to, once they start getting low, I have to start switching those out. Alright. So I have one of the module things. Hacked keycard class A. Still can't get into that room. Oh yeah, I can't get into those. Okay, that's odd. I remember... What was that? I vaguely remember being able to get into that room. Maybe I'm misremembering. I don't know what... I can't remember what's in there, but I thought I could. I might have missed something, too. Alright, well this place can get attacked, so it's good to keep that door shut. So I guess for now, I'm pretty much done here. In this room. Until I start getting invaded. I didn't see anything about the turrets or how to operate them. So I guess what I need to do is just, is just to start exploring these areas. I can go down this one and this one. So the first thing I need to do is top off my... Hold on. Yeah, I took everything out of there. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, wrong button. Oh, I thought... What's that? I equipped something into that second inventory slot, and I have no idea what it even is. I don't know. Well, my inventory is pretty much maxed out, so I think I had to put it there, whatever it is. Oh, it might have been that power reactor that I picked up. Okay. It might have been that, yeah. Alright, so the first thing I need to do is go through, clear out my inventory, because I'm going to be gathering a lot of items. And then I also need to recharge those things. So let's go ahead... And... Let's see. I had food in it. There's nothing in here. So let's hold on to those snacks. I'll hold on to those. Yeah, let's go ahead and store all this crap. Materials, data key cards I need. Equipment. Alright. Oxygen canister, thermal, oxygen, and thermal. So I have 3 thermals and 2 oxygen. There we go. I unequipped that one. I'm gonna go ahead and actually store that for the moment. Let's put it in with these ones. Actually, no. Let's, okay. Yeah, I'll do that in a second. Alright. Yeah. Let's focus on one thing at a time. No materials, no miscellaneous. Yeah, so let's go ahead and recharge these oxygen, and that oxygen canister is equipped. That thermal canister is equipped. Man. Yep, there goes. It's filled up. So let's go ahead and equip the empty oxygen one. And while that recharges, let's fill up this thermal one. Alright, let's come back over. Equip that thermal one. Interesting. The thermal and oxygen canisters both filled up, but they have different rates. This one's at, the thermal has 40 and the oxygen has 60. Okay. So being at 100% doesn't mean they both have. That doesn't mean much. Well, I mean it means much, but I mean when you're trying to compare them and get a basis, so like you can't just look at one and be like, all right, that's at 30, so I'm good. No, because the other one could be at 30 and the other one could be at like 10 or 60. I mean, so it's you can't compare them off of each other. Is what I'm trying. Yeah, you can't use one as a basis for the other one. Is what I'm trying to say. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill up these next two. Alright, yeah, if you walk away from it, it stops. Alright, let's put in these two. Alright, those are done. So what I want to do is... I in the right hallway? Oh. Yeah, I am. Okay. I'm going to start off exploring this one. What I want to do is, I want to have... There. I don't want to have any of the oxygen and thermal canisters with me because they weigh 3 kilograms each. And that's a lot of weight. But I want to have them close by. This way, I can just backtrack real quick and grab them. Once I get down there and I get exploring, maybe I'll grab one or two and bring it in with me. Yeah, well, yeah. Well, no. I'm not going to need them. Yeah, I'll be fine. I might have to backtrack and swap them out, but it'll be okay. I'd rather have the free weight available. Okay. Now, what I also want to do is... I actually want to go through... Well, I don't need to close it yet. And which one was the lowest? Did I say it was this one? No, it was one up here. I think it was you. 621. Okay. I actually want to replace you with the completely maxed out one. Because I need one of them to deposit so I can break it down and learn how to make them. So I'd rather take the lowest one and put a brand new one in there. I'll get a little bit more power and it'll last a little bit longer. Alright. I didn't pick up... Yeah. Still need a hacked A class. Or, yeah, class A hacked key card. Canisters. Damn, I'm lucky. On top of avoiding the infected, I've also been fortunate enough to not die from suffocation or hypothermia. That may change quickly if I'm not prepared. The power console indicated that the oxygen filters and thermal regulators are offline for most of the colony, so I'll need to find some oxygen and thermal canisters if I'm going to access these areas safely. Once I find some, I can charge them using the recharging stations. Already taken care of that. I should also try and fix the oxygen generators and thermal regulators whenever I can. Once I do, I'll be able to breathe or keep warm without the need for canisters. Now, that's something I forgot about. I need fixed and working oxygen and thermal canisters. I don't have any. I need to get the power back onto those places before I can. I should equip oxygen and thermal canisters to make sure they are charged before heading down. Already did that, buddy. West, chill out. So I'm hoping that maybe for this first area, they're going to give me some. I can't remember how I did it, because it seems like a catch-22 right now. I need working oxygen and thermal canisters. The only two I have are here at Central Control. No, I have two. I have two at the MPO prison. So I could technically run back, take two out of there, and come back and install them in here. But I don't want to do that. Because that means I'm going to have to go through later and make two new ones. I don't know. No matter what, I'm going to have to make new ones. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully they'll just give me two down there, and maybe all I have to do is just install them real quick or something like that. Like some video games do that, like where for the first area to get the ball rolling, they'll just give you the first item you need. That's extremely critical, and it happens to be the only one in the game that's not broken. And you plug it in, and then you can start going from there to make more of what you need for other areas. So I hope there'll be something like that. But before I head on down there, actually, let's just go ahead and head on down first. I'm not even sure which area this is. Because I think I need Nilsson Engineering up and running first. If this one's not, I might backtrack to the other one and check that out. Or is it Herbert Research? I don't know. They both need to be up and running. That's what matters. Nilsson Engineering, that's where I'm at. Alright, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and read this real quick, and I think I'll actually just go ahead and stop it here right quick, because the game paused, so I'm not losing power or anything like that. So yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and stop it here for this one, take a short little break, try and get this damn tickle out of my throat, and I'll be back, and we'll clear out Nilsson Engineering.